What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bird Brains.
Yeah, welcome to Bird Brains.
Yeah, man.
Them fans out there.
What's up, Dave?
How you doing, Joe? What do you say, brother?
Another day, another dollar.
How's that Memorial Day?
Good, yeah. Happy Memorial Day to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, thank you for all those who served.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, appreciate it. Salute to you.
Yeah, they're out there. They did all their work so you can have that burger and a hot dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Get out there and get that day off.
Yep.
Well-deserved day off, too.
For sure. It's beautiful out, too.
Yeah, man. It's a nice day.
Got all the stuff done. Now we can do our thing.
70-degree weather.
Yeah, beautiful. Little wind.
Yeah.
A lot of sun.
All right, well, let's start this thing off with the controversy between Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott and all the comparison and how the Cowboys fans think Dak Prescott's so much better than Jalen Hurts.
Which is crazy to even think.
Yeah.
Even though, the league's seen a lot more of Dak Prescott. Even with him getting hurt.
Yeah, he's got like...
He stay out a whole year there when he got hurt?
He's got like 50 games on Jalen Hurts, don't he?
Which is crazy, but, okay.
He makes it to week 8. You can't compare it nowadays because you haven't done anything. Dak, sorry, but
absolutely nothing.
You haven't proven anything. So all you Cowboys fans out there, calm down a little bit.
You're good during the regular season.
He's a stat
warrior.
What I mean? He's a statistic warrior. The guy is.
And most of his stats really came in garbage time. Let's not be.
Yeah.
They're getting blown out of games and all. He's just passing to CD Lamb, getting
the
points.
ball downfield.
You know what I mean? Stop it.
Just throwing the ball downfield and racking them yards up.
So total matchups is 6, and that's with Hurts against the Cowboys.
First the Cowboys.
3-3.
That's without
matchups against Prescott.
What do you got? 2-1. Hurts in favor. So
yeah, because a couple times, Prescott was hurt, or even I think Jalen was out the one time also.
The only game he lost versus the Cowboys was his first game versus the Cowboys.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
He lost the first game versus the Cowboys with Dak Prescott playing.
Okay. So they got the first one.
Listen, Dak got 2 years on Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
If not longer, right? He's got like 2 years on Jalen Hurts.
At least.
He has more yardage. He doubles his yards in passing, but Jalen made up for that in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. He's an all-around, complete, mobile quarterback. Hats off to you, Jalen. I was on the fence with you. When you first joined he was all about Jalen Hurts. I'm like, I don't know about this guy. Until about 2 years ago, he took us to the promised land. He didn't make it. And I said, all right, maybe this guy's legit. And he hasn't proven me wrong since. So
some guys, you can see it. It's not more, about their stats and how they throw the ball and this and that. The guy's just a winner. He was a winner. That's what he did. You know what I mean? And I seen that, and then I watched his work ethic. It was insane.
Yeah.
So
I
already knew that
he's nose
that
down,
was going to be a beast.
Hard working. I mean, he's proven it to me. And like I said, I was on the fence about him. But he's proven me.
A lot of my friends, man, they were like,
he knows. I come over here every Sunday and watch football.
Not my guy.
I was like, I don't know about this guy, bro. He's like, he's legit. He's legit. Jalen Hurts is legit.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, I don't know, man. He hasn't proven nothing to me, really. Yeah, because it scares me.
You at first were you didn't like how he didn't engage on the sideline.
Yeah, he just sat there with his no emotion, and I'm like...
And I love that about him. That's the thing that I like about him because... you remember Johnny Five, man. He'd sit on there. Oh yeah, he'd be laughing. Oh, it's okay. I'll throw. I won't throw it at your knees again. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. You know what I mean? But man, Jalen Hurts, man, he just comes out. He's just fire, and then he's the same emotion the whole way through. And that's actually how he really is. Like even in life, I didn't really realize that until I'm like watching this dude. That's how he is in life too. I think.
Yeah, you know,
He's
like,
laid back. He's a different breed.
he shows no emotion.
Breed of one. You know,
Like,
for sure.
He's like, his poker face is constantly on.
He got that nasty chain. Breed of one.
Breed of one.
He ain't wrong.
No, he proved me wrong. You know?
Yeah. Hey,
and I'm willing to admit it.
We're glad to be proved wrong. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm willing to admit it. He proved me. Dave proved me wrong, man. He's like, this is the guy, bro. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just don't like it the way he's not interacting with his teammates, and
Yeah.
everybody else is over there joking and high fiving, and there's Jalen just sitting on the bench staring like he was like what's his name from Sling Blade, you know?
Yeah, he does. He gets all up in this. But then you got, your wide receiver reading,
Yeah, you got him reading some inspirational,
thoughts,
intelligence books. But you know what? Hats
trying to
off
pump
to him
himself
too.
up,
Listen,
so we got it all, man. We love that.
AJ Brown didn't have the best season, and I don't know if
And not because of him, they just weren't going to him. We had Saquon. We're
Yeah.
beefed up. We're beefed up team.
I think you might see a little bit of a different.
Yeah, we have to.
You're going to see a little different role from AJ Brown.
We have to evolve. If you don't evolve as a team, then that's not how you win multiple championships. So, I expect us to run the ball actually early in the season, and then it start to change up a little. I think the first two games, like against Dallas,
Yeah, because everybody's
we're
going
going
to
to pound Dallas with the run. You know it.
and they're going to expect the run the rest of the season, and then it's going to be over the top, bro. Like,
yeah, we'll see how Dallas does with
And I'll
with
tell you
Pickens and CD Lamb. That's going to be that's a nice threat.
Yeah, you
but-
got two number one receivers.
Yeah, CD Lamb's really the number one now. George Pickens, he ain't as good as
He's
CD
1.5.
Lamb. Yeah. All those CDs, I'll throw you the bone. You're a one, I'm a one. No.
Listen,
CD's
I'll hit the bench
one.
on third down, and you can get a shot.
We'll just see, because I talked to my one guy that's at this party. He's not a friend. He's good people.
An associate.
Yep. And he's a Steelers fan. I said, well, what do you think about, and he's like, dude, he's a good player and all, but he's just a basket case. And everyone knows that. We don't have to say it more, but, he's ruining, and Steelers are really, really good at getting rid of guys as soon as they start to getting, they're washed up or whatever. As they see, you know what I mean? Was he
Mike
4 or
Tomlin
3 years into the John? How many years?
Mike Tomlin picks that out, and he's
Still
like,
young,
all right,
but-
see ya.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's no.
Yeah, he don't take no shit.
No
Yeah.
BS. Yeah, no BS over there.
No, he runs a tight ship.
And it's another PA team. Listen, if there wasn't nah, I can't say that. Watch my mouth.
Yeah, you better shut your pie hole right now, man.
Watch my mouth, bro.
I never go black and yellow unless it's a tool.
Yeah. But it's a PA team, so I got a little bit of respect,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, if they're in the Super Bowl and then we're not, and
Close
we're not,
to home, yes.
Yeah, I'm going for that team.
That's
it's just like
close to
rooting
home.
for Villanova.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Did I go to Villanova? No. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's for sure. Yeah, man.
Yeah, check them stats though. We got them, John. They're still going with it.
Yeah, Dak doubles.
What games? Games played. Dak Prescott, 122 games. Jalen Hurts, 77.
Yep.
So he almost doubles him with the games, you know what I mean?
Completions. He doubles them with completions.
What's he got on completions?
He's got 2,780 to Jalen's 1,248.
Yeah, and that's pretty close, you know what I mean? You would think that because, last year we just ran the ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and plus Dak
Let's
Prescott
see.
has been in the league. Listen, you got all these stats, but you've been in the league longer.
Yeah.
Wait till this guy has 2 more years under his belt and then compare them
And
by
this is
year.
a big one here. This is probably what the passing yards. 14.6. We'll say 14.7,000 to 31.5. Okay?
Now check the rushing yards.
But then you go down here to passing rate. 93.5. 98.1. To Prescott. He gets the passing rate. But you would if you had a little bit more.
Yards there. Now go back. Yep. That's the pass. That's the passing. Rushing statistics. Look at that, bruh.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts.
Jalen's killing it.
3,200 almost.
Killing it.
Dak Prescott, 193.
So that makes up for all them passing
1,900.
yards.
So he almost doubles him in rushing.
And touchdowns.
Rushing TDs, 55 to his 26.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of tush pushing in there.
A lot of
brotherly
tush
stuff,
pushing.
You know?
There's a lot of tush pushing.
But nobody does it better, you know what I mean?
How you like that, Green Bay? How you like that, Green Bay? That tush push stays
I
alive.
don't like it anymore. You know why?
Wah.
Keep wearing them cheese heads.
Yeah, you
looking
better-
goofy.
You wearing the cheese
Right?
heads while we are over here cheesing.
Yeah, we're gonna wear a cheese
Tush
steak
push.
head.
That Swiss cheese. That tushy pushy.
I wonder what Jalen Hurts and them call it. They said we don't call it that.
No, we don't call that in the locker room.
So what are they calling it?
They
I
call
want
it
to know.
The Heimlich maneuver.
It's called whoop ass. That's what it is. Let's open the can right now. Here comes the can of whoop ass, fellas. Every time. Let's see. This is where, you know, the credentials and everything else shine right here for Jalen Hurts. Okay?
Do it.
You know what I mean? You go to the accolades and his achievements.
Let's do
okay? You know, in life.
I wanna
and
hear
his
this.
Career. Okay?
I want the world to hear this.
It gets a little different. all
Let's
right?
go.
Let's see. Pro Bowl selections 2 to 3. Prescott
Dak
got in
Prescott.
there.
Yeah. But he's been in the league longer, remember?
Yeah, but you know why you get a Pro Bowl selection or even play in the Pro Bowl?
Because of your statistics.
No, because you had an early season. you never see you ever see
Tom Brady. Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's real talk.
That's
though.
real talk. Oh,
You know
yeah, that's
what I
real
mean?
talk.
That's just early outings in the state. You know what I mean? You ever see the Chiefs? You know what I mean?
That's the closest you got to play in postseason.
Yeah, we're going to give you this award. Okay. Super Bowls. 1 Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts. Prescott,
QB1,
goose egg.
0. Goose
Super
egg.
Bowl MVPs. 1 goose egg. Prescott.
Oh, man.
Playoff record. This
Here we
is
go.
big. This is big.
Big time.
This is big.
This is big
Jalen
time,
Hurts,
people.
6-3. Dak Prescott, 2-4.
Yeah.
So when he gets to the big moments,
Kind of reminds you. What we dealt
takes
with
it.
Donovan McNabb, you know? It does, don't it? It kind of reminds you of that tenure that Donovan McNabb had.
you know what? No. Absolutely not, dude. Donovan McNabb, a lot better quarterback than Prescott.
Yeah, he is better than Prescott.
Yeah,
But,
man.
I mean, he still, when it came time, it's like he got all emotional on us and stuff, you know? Like,
Well, he was at the end of his career there, you know what I mean? And the thing is, if him and T.O. could have buttoned it up and just been men about it, but they were young dudes.
Right.
And just been like, yo, don't, you know.
nah, but then you got egos.
Coulda had a
You got
dynasty.
egos.
Dynasty in the making there. You
Especially
know what
with Terrell Owens, dude, with an ego.
I mean? Dude, 2000, what? It kicked off 2001,
Two,
2,
yeah.
3, 4. Oh, man.
It was good.
That was the best time.
That's when we started watching.
That was our era.
That's when me and this guy started watching Eagles games together.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
no, that was the era, man, and I really thought we were going to get over there on the we were up. We were in the Super Bowl. We were up. We went to halftime. I think we were up
Yeah.
either 10 or 7 points. We were up. You know what I mean? And
Terrell Owens played with a
I
broken
didn't
ankle.
enough to be up against Brady, though. You know that, but
Terrell Owens played with a broken ankle that game.
yeah, he lived in the incubator
And he
for
still-
like 6 months
and then he
just
still
to come
showed
back
up.
to that game.
Still showed up. To it.
Lived in the incubator. People don't even talk about
Yeah.
that, and the guys, oh yeah, no, he was a lifer. That guy. He was like, oh, you make it there, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was amazing.
Good times.
A lot of good times.
That's
yeah.
before children. We had to worry about kids.
Oh, way before we were children.
We were able to enjoy ourselves.
We
watching
were
these
actually
games.
children. You know what I mean?
We still enjoy ourselves, but we got to feed kids.
Yeah.
Daddy, I want a pretzel.
Yeah.
You know, You want
Yeah.
cheese? No. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't like salt on my pretzel.
Don't put no cheese on it.
That's my girl. I don't like salt on it, but you know what she wants to get? She wants to get vanilla icing and
Yeah.
put that on there.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I know that's good.
But my son would just eat the icing. He wouldn't even eat the pretzel. He'd dip it and then suck the icing off the fucking.
Yeah, but if you were in Green Bay, you wouldn't be eating no damn pretzel. You'd be eating some cheese or some shit.
Yeah, it'd be some blue cheese. You know, some moldy cheese.
Yeah,
Them seats ain't been filled in years.
yeah, not since Aaron Rodgers departed.
Yeah.
Well, nah, they're faithful there. That's not true.
Yeah, they packed that stadium up.
Yeah, they do. And I would actually like to go there. That would be
Lambeau
fun.
Field, huh?
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be super fun.
Yeah, that'd be
I want to go
great.
there, and I want to go to Bills fans. I want to come over and see the Bills fans because I really think the Bills fans and the Eagles fans are very similar.
Similar, yes.
I like that Bills Mafia. I like that.
Well,
I
you're
like
dealing
that.
with
I'm
New
not gonna
York
lie.
and you're dealing with Philly, and the same with look at the Knicks going on right now. The Knicks, New York was going crazy being in these playoffs. You know,
Yeah, because they never get in there.
Yeah, so
and
that New York.
It's been
New
a
York,
while since.
Listen,
the
I was watching
80s.
some of them videos from the New York Knicks fans, and I felt like I'm like, man, what's this Philly or like? And it's like, nah. And then they start hearing the Knicks, and I'm like, oh, this is a New York Knicks
Yeah, they beat them Celtics. Yeah,
fan hype video. This is
Can't
crazy.
stand the
Yeah,
Celtics,
shout
so
out to
whoop
you,
them,
Knicks.
Beat them up. Beat them up. No.
Shout out to the Knicks fans,
Yeah, when they
man.
got
You guys
three-
show out too.
Yeah, they got three. You got three
Yeah.
Villanova guys on there. Brunson, you know.
Yeah.
Who else? A couple other dudes. All vanilla. I love it.
Yeah.
Did it.
That's cool. I thought I was watching some Philly footage, you know, because it's New York and Philly show out, dude. Like, regardless.
Yeah. Just the Buffalo. That's the only thing that's cool. I like the, you know what I mean. I don't like the Yankees.
Nah,
I don't like
Mets.
any of them other. You know,
Jets.
buy your team. Yeah, let's see if we can buy it. You and
Jets,
the
the
Dodgers.
Giants.
You know what I mean? Come on, let's put out the most money.
Rangers, Islanders. It don't matter where. they
Yeah,
are.
yeah. Nah, we don't like none of that.
No,
Nothing. I like the thought of the mafia. You
Yes.
see what I'm saying?
I like the
I
fact
think
that
that we
Philadelphia.
can get along without, you know.
I like the fact that Philadelphia don't have 17 teams.
But you
like
guys
that.
just never win either. You know what I mean? You get right there, and
Yeah, but the Rangers do, and the Islanders do.
yeah, that's true.
You know, they
Well.
win. Not the Flyers. But the Flyers are a rebuilding process. Come on, Danny Briere, pick it up.
Oh man, dude, their rebuild's a long, long way out. You know, you got Mishkov at least.
Yeah, it's the brightest star they have on that team right now.
But you know,
And that
what we get
7-foot
that number
goalie.
6. Maybe we get the 6th round pick.
Well, they got a 7-foot goalie too. You know.
Yeah, dude, freaking Carter Hart, man, going down with the
Yeah.
Sex Jones, man. I don't know what's going on with that.
But let's get back to the Jalen Hurts thing. Like,
Back to the Eagles.
Yeah,
Let's
back to go back to the Jalen Hurts thing. All right, them other teams are a little depressing for us right now, except for Phils. Go Phils.
Yeah, man. Like,
Phils are in first place. Go Phils.
yeah, let's go. You know, they're
But
just
anyway,
out here.
Jalen Hurts.
Kicking ass, taking names.
This is a statement I'm
That
making.
catch by Rojas the other night
Yeah,
was
that
ridiculous.
nasty. You see that?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, they should put that on a poster.
Oh my!
That better be a
Double
meme.
turnaround, John.
Yeah, he caught that ball too, man. That was crazy. I watched that game.
That was great. Saved it, dude. Well, they were 2 on, 2 on,
yeah.
2 out.
They would have put him up too, right?
Bottom of the 8th.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But this is a message I'm sending, statement, whatever you want to call it, towards the Dallas Cowboys fans. Dak is not better than Jalen Hurts.
No way.
No way. I don't know.
I don't even think they think that anymore, though. Like,
guys
that
are
was
so-
something that they brought up, you know, a couple years ago. Like,
That's wishful thinking.
actually,
Dave.
it was more like him versus Wentz. You know what I mean?
Well, it's wishful thinking.
You know, and actually, you know what? And when it pans out,
Wentz
he
is
ends-
better anyway. It was at that point.
At that point,
At
for
that
1
point,
year.
yeah. For 1 year, Wentz was better than Dak
Nah,
Prescott.
for 2 years or whatever, yeah. But now you have to admit, you know, Prescott's better than Wentz. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
now like overall career, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're about the same draft class, aren't
they
they?
probably got the same playoff wins.
Yeah, probably. No, because Carson Wentz didn't play in our playoffs. Nick Foles went through that.
Yeah, he didn't play in any.
No, he didn't play in any playoff
He had the
games.
backup. He got the backup credential with, a couple teams.
Well, well, who's he with now?
Nah, he never won a playoff. No, he came back with us. He won one playoff game, didn't he?
No, because
and then he lost against Russell Wilson.
that was his second year. He had that stellar year.
Seahawks beat us. Once he came back, he got knocked out by Clowney, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the beginning, and they knocked his ass out.
Yeah, I remember that. There was like a high-low hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, so he,
Yeah, all right.
He was no bueno.
But anyway.
Yeah, man, let's wrap this joint up.
Anyway, Jalen Hurts isn't nothing to be messed with, bro.
Nah, he's the truth, man. I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to get he can throw it. He can throw it. Don't think he can't sling it, but man, does he got so many other things he can do. So don't be all worked up with the. He
can go left and right.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Yeah, he's good. This
is our Jalen Hurts special on Memorial Day.
Let's go, baby. Number one.
And this is us celebrate Memorial Day in remembrance of our MVP quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
Yes, sir.
So, if anybody has any arguments, link the shit in the comments. Let us know how you feel. Because we always say, how we always say, Dallas sucks. So, bottom line.
Yep, bottom line, for sure. Dallas sucks. So,
this is just our short little Memorial Day tutorial for Dallas Cowboys fans.
Yeah, get you all riled up because, your season ain't going to get you riled up.
No. Week 8, you're irrelevant.
And you know what? Keep week 1. We're coming for you.
We're coming for you. Week 1, September 4th. You might even see us down there.
Trying to be there. We're pushing hard.
You might even see us down there. So if you want to come hang out with us, we might even bring the smoker and all that stuff.
Yeah, set up a little
spot, some cornhole. You're more than welcome to link and follow or share and subscribe.
Let's go.
Whenever order you want.
Right before we leave, let's get a Birds chant here.
Sure. EAGLES Eagles.
Let's go, baby.
To the next time. Yep. Bird Brains
out.
Bang.